Day Nation, what is going on? Stone Shields on hand for another edition of Bengals Breakdown. Thank you so much for joining us here on a Tuesday, and it's a very important Tuesday because Cincinnati is about to go out in a matter of hours for their first fully padded practice. So that's when you can really start to see how things are shaping out. Of course, they've just been in helmets and shorts at this point, but they will be in pads today. So certainly excited to see how that transpires. So on today's show, we're basically going to be breaking down where things kind of stand right now throughout the first week or so of Bengals training camp, the developments that we have seen occur, and some statements that guys in the media as well as head coach Zac Taylor have made throughout the first week or so of Bengals training camp. But before we dive in fully to today's show, I want to remind you guys to give me a follow over on Twitter. The goal in the month of July was to get to 300 followers. We executed that. You guys did a great job of that. But now it's kind of bonus time, right? We got 2 days or so. Yep, 2 days left in the month of July. Let's see if we can't push the envelope a little bit and get to the 350 number. So make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, at @StoneShields_. We'll have all of our shows posted there, and you'll get all the latest Bengals news, rumors, updates, and also perhaps some highlights from camp as well. So make sure you give me a follow at @StoneShields_. The biggest thing we're going to be talking about today on today's show is that cornerback 2 battle. We've spoken at length about this position battle throughout the offseason for Cincinnati, and at this point, it really feels like the advantage goes towards DJ Turner. Of course, that is what we predicted, but you're starting to see that shape out a little bit, and he appears to have the edge over Dax Hill throughout the first week or so of camp. And remember, Dax Hill is making a position change. You know, he cut his teeth playing that safety position. Now they're asking him to do something totally different, play corner. So it was really only realistic that there was going to be some bumps along the way and some growing pains for a guy, you know, trying to play a new position. Let's take a look at what nickel Mike Hilton had to say about DJ Turner. He's really spoken really glowingly of Turner. Here's what he said. He said, "He's growing, man. I feel like the competition between him and Dax is really bringing out the best in both of them. Seeing how much he has grown confidence-wise and communication-wise is a great thing to see." Certainly good comments from Mike Hilton, one of the leaders of the defense for Cincinnati, especially from a communication standpoint. Let's take a look at what Paul Dehner Jr. of The Athletic had to say about DJ Turner. Paul, of course, doing great work covering the Bengals for The Athletic. Make sure you check out his work. But he said, "The talk of camp on the defensive side of the ball has been second-year cornerback DJ Turner, earning the nickname Mr. PBU. His rare athleticism has shown through, getting his hands on passes and staying in the right position." With regards to Dax Hill, Paul Dehner Jr. said baby steps are fine, but the Bengals will need leaps before too long. For now, though, Turner asserted himself as the early leader in the battle for the corner spot opposite Cam Taylor-Britt. Certainly powerful words there from Dehner Jr. Looks like we have a clear front runner at this point in DJ Turner. So we've brought up this question to you guys in the past. Want to bring it up to you again here on July 30th. Pick a cornerback 2. Type H for Dax Hill, type T for DJ Turner. This, of course, is the pinned comment of today's show. So that ad comes here on YouTube. That's fine. Take advantage of it. Let us know what you think down in the comments section. Have your thoughts changed on this, okay? We've gotten some more information. And as new information comes in, I think it's okay if opinions change. So I want to know what you guys think. Let us know down in the comments section. Pick a CB2. Now, remember, DJ Turner popped in camp last year for Cincinnati. If you remember, Chidobe Awuzie was recovering from a significant injury, and that gave Turner a lot of reps for the Bengals in training camp last year, and he really glowed then as well. So you're seeing more of the same with DJ Turner this year, but it feels different this year because of the stakes, right? They're really going out there competing for a starting spot. And there's the added drama that, you know, these guys were teammates in college, they're close friends, but, you know, they want to win that competition. Both guys are going to play, but they want to be that guy to step out on the field first in week 1 for Cincinnati against the New England Patriots. And kind of bringing up a point I already mentioned, but position switch in the NFL especially is not going to be easy. Again, Dax Hill really cut his teeth at that safety spot, and it's totally different switching to corner. I think the Bengals like some of the things that they've seen from Dax Hill from a physicality standpoint, kind of bringing that prowess of his game to that cornerback position. But as far as, his timing perhaps and, having good awareness for where the ball is at, that's still something that he's trying to smooth through. And for now, the edge goes to DJ Turner over Dax Hill at that cornerback spot. Moving on here, Andrei Iosivas has really opened some eyes so far at Bengals training camp. If you know me, you know I am a big Andrei Iosivas guy. He has been the best receiver on the field when T. Higgins is not out there. Bengals coaches have said that. Wide receiver coach Troy Walters made that point, saying, I think he's the third best wide receiver that we have on this team. Of course, Jamar Chase not out there for Cincinnati, which we'll dive into in a little bit. Iosivas had a great rookie year when the opportunities came to him. I thought he really took advantage of those opportunities. And he's a guy that I think I would run out there as my wide receiver 3. Again, all 6 guys that are going to make the roster are going to see playing time. But I think you see Andrei Iosivas go out there and really make a big impact year 2 for Cincinnati. He's a big receiver. We know Zach Taylor, Joe Burrow like guys of his size and his frame. And I think he could add a really dynamic element to Cincinnati's offense. And I think he's ready to step up and take over that role. More on that in a bit. But first, want to give a shout out to our friends over at Game Time, because today's show is presented by Game Time. And I love the summer because Major League Baseball is in full swing, and I love making the walk down the street from our Chat Sports offices here to a Reds game every chance I get. Obviously, beating up on the Cubs last night, that was awesome to see. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to the first pitch. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets. And with the NFL season just over a month away, you can get tickets to watch the Cincinnati Bengals at Paycor Stadium. And Game Time doesn't just have sporting events either. Theater, you want to go to the Aronoff Center, check out a play, comedy, concerts. Riverbend, should have some good artists coming to Riverbend as the summer winds down. You can do that with Game Time. And they really have so many features that I like. I love the zone deals, and I love the views from your seat. You get a panoramic view of where you would be sitting at a particular venue or ballpark, what have you. So that allows you to know what it's going to look like around your seat, so you don't get blocked out by a foul pole or any other obstructions. Take the guesswork out of buying MLB and NFL tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code ChatSports for $20 off first purchase. Check out GameTime.co for last-minute tickets. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Taking a look at what the depth chart looks like for the Cincinnati Bengals at the wide receiver position. Oh, we got some updated photos in there. Okay. That's a sign that the NFL season is very, very close. But I think at some point we're going to be making an adjustment over there. Like I said, I think Andrei Iosivas is going to be that guy. I think you're going to see Burton bump over that 4 spot, and Charlie Jones might be, the odd man out in terms of making this picture. He's still, of course, going to make the team, barring an injury for Cincinnati. Let's get back to what Paul Dehner Jr. had to say on Andrei Iosivas. And this is a really powerful statement from Dehner. He said the more Iosivas stacks practices, the more you wonder whether he won't just soak up nearly all of Boyd's 824 vacated snaps from last season. So yeah, that statement from Dehner, and then you also have the statement from Bengals wide receiver coach Troy Walters about him being the 3rd best wide receiver on the Bengals. This is real stuff now. This isn't speculation. These are credible guys going out and making bold statements about Andrei Iosivas, and I'm in complete agreement with them. I think this guy's ready. I think we're going to see it more as the week progresses, the pads come on, and he's going to continue to make plays for Cincinnati in training camp. We'll see how much opportunity gets out there in the preseason. He's a guy that I would like to see play a decent amount of snaps in the preseason, try to get his, continue to get his feet wet and build that chemistry with the guys offensively. So are you buying the Andrei Iosivas hype? Let us know down in the comments section. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Your chance to get interactive with the program here at Bengals Breakdown. We want to know what you think. Let us know. Are you buying that hype with Andrei Iosivas? Type Y for yes or type N for no. Going to run down the participation report here for Cincinnati. Obviously 2 of the guys on this list are banged up, and then the 3rd guy, I think we can all guess who that is going to be. He's just not practicing. But we'll start with Sam Hubbard. He is day-to-day, suffered that knee issue. We talked about it on yesterday's show. bumping into Mike Gesicki. Was taken off on a cart, which obviously is never a good sign for a football player. But Zac Taylor's been pretty clear that this has all been precautionary for Hubbard and the Bengals. He's listed as day-to-day. He could potentially be out there at some point this week. I would be surprised if he practiced in the next couple of days because there's no reason to rush back a guy that has proven he can play in the NFL and knows how to take care of his body. And keep in mind, this is also a guy that suffered a really serious ankle issue last year and, has been recovering through that with the offseason. And they just want to take it slow with a guy like Sam Hubbard. There's no reason to rush him out there. Trey Hendrickson, another guy that is day-to-day. There's kind of been some back-and-forth reports as to what exactly is going on with Trey Hendrickson. I think people were throwing out the hold-in idea, similar to Ja'Marr Chase. But keep in mind, he was out there for the Bengals' first training camp practice. So I don't think this is a hold-in situation for Hendrickson. Dan Graziano mentioned it could be a chest injury. Zac Taylor hasn't really dove into the specifics on what exactly it is, but I think he's just a little bit dinged up, and again, is a guy that the Bengals don't feel the need to rush back because, of course, he is, a guy that plays at a super high level for Cincinnati, and, at this point, it's all about the younger guys getting their feet wet. You don't need to rush any of these veteran guys back, which leads us to Ja'Marr Chase, and we just got a nice question mark by his name because we don't know exactly what is going on. At this point, it is pretty clear that it is a contract dispute that he wants to receive an extension from the Bengals, and that's probably why he's not practicing. Zac Taylor has been very he's tiptoed around this line. You can't blame him. I would do the exact same if I was in Taylor's position. Let's bring up this quote from Zac Taylor on Ja'Marr Chase. Again, very vague, not very many details here for Taylor. He said, "I feel good about how we've communicated. He and I have been on the same page with everything he's done." So really not giving us much on that end, but it sounds like Zac Taylor has confidence that things will get worked out with Ja'Marr Chase. And if Zac Taylor does, then I don't think there's any reason for us to not have that confidence either. Now, keep in mind when Joe Burrow got his extension, that was in the same time frame as where Ja'Marr Chase is right now in his career. Obviously, the Bengals have team control over Chase for the next 2 seasons for the 4th year of his career, and then, of course, the 5th-year option, given the fact he was drafted in the 1st round. Burrow didn't receive his extension until days before Week 1 began. So, if this CeeDee Lamb stuff gets out and he gets an extension, obviously the same class as Ja'Marr Chase, you might see some things get done with Chase. But, Mike Brown alluded to it in their annual luncheon. There doesn't seem to be an incredible sense of urgency. Obviously, they want Chase to stick around long term, but it doesn't seem like it is something that is going to get done this offseason. But we'll see if this hold-in from Ja'Marr Chase changes that at all. And make sure you guys are subscribed to our channel here at Bengals Breakdown so you do not miss any of our Cincinnati Bengals coverage. Right here, Chat Sports Bengals Breakdown. Hit that sub button, youtube.com/BengalsTV.